In the dead of night, when the world falls silent and shadows stretch long, there lies a place where the past refuses to rest. The abandoned power plant, a relic of industry left to crumble, stands as a monument to forgotten times. Its towering chimneys pierce the sky like skeletal fingers, and its rusted gates creak with the weight of decades. This is no ordinary ruin. For years, whispers have spread about the strange occurrences that haunt this forsaken place. Stories of shadowy figures moving where no one should be, of machinery that groans to life long after its last breath, and of an icy chill that clings to the air even on the warmest nights. Tonight, we venture into the heart of this mystery, exploring the uncanny encounters that have left even the bravest souls trembling. From ghostly apparitions to inexplicable sounds, the abandoned power plant holds secrets that defy explanation. Stay with us as we uncover the eerie truths that linger within its walls. What you're about to hear may just keep you from sleeping tonight. As we step further into the mystery, let's begin with the first chilling encounter, the shadowy figures. It was a moonless night when a local photographer, drawn by the eerie beauty of the abandoned power plant, decided to explore its grounds. Armed with a camera and a flashlight, they ventured into the maze of rusted machinery and crumbling walls. The air was thick with silence, broken only by the occasional creak of metal. As they turned a corner, the beam of their flashlight caught something, or someone moving in the distance. At first, they thought it might be another explorer, but as they focused, the figures became clearer. There were 3 of them, tall and dark, gliding effortlessly through the space. The photographer froze, their breath catching in their throat. The figures moved unnaturally, their forms flickering as if not entirely solid. What struck them most was the silence. No footsteps, no sound of movement, just an eerie stillness that defied logic. The witness later described a bone-deep chill that enveloped them, a feeling of being watched by something far older and more malevolent than they could comprehend. Theories about these shadowy figures range from residual energy caught in time to the restless spirits of workers who once toiled in the plant. Some even suggest they are guardians of the site, warning trespassers to stay away. Whatever they are, this encounter remains one of the most unsettling accounts tied to the abandoned power plant, leaving more questions than answers in its wake. Now shifting our focus to another spine-tingling account, we delve into the phenomenon of unexplained noises within the abandoned power plant. One of the most commonly reported experiences involves the sound of faint whispers, as if conversations were taking place just out of earshot. Visitors have described hearing these murmurs in empty corridors or echoing through vast, abandoned rooms, yet no source could ever be found. Others have recounted the unmistakable sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, and seemingly following them as they move through the plant. What makes these accounts so unsettling is the fact that the footsteps would stop the moment the visitor paused, only to resume when they began walking again. Adding to the eerie atmosphere, there are reports of machinery suddenly humming to life, gears grinding and pipes hissing, as if the plant was still operational, despite decades of disuse. For those who experienced these noises, the psychological toll was undeniable. Many described a growing sense of paranoia, feeling as though they were being watched or pursued by an unseen presence. Some tried to rationalize the sounds as drafts moving through the decaying structure, or animals scurrying through the ruins. Yet, the consistency and unnatural quality of these noises left many questioning whether something far more mysterious was at play. Theories range from residual energy replaying past events to the restless spirits of former workers, still tethered to the place they once called home. Whatever the explanation, these unexplained sounds remain one of the most haunting aspects of the abandoned power plant, leaving those who hear them with a lingering sense of unease. Now turning to the next unsettling aspect of the abandoned power plant, let's explore the chilling phenomenon of the cold spot. Among the many eerie occurrences reported, this particular one stands out for its physical and psychological impact. Visitors have described stepping into a specific area of the plant only to be met with an abrupt and inexplicable drop in temperature. It's as if the air itself grows denser, colder, and more oppressive, a stark contrast to the surrounding environment. What makes this experience even more unnerving is the overwhelming sense of dread that often accompanies it. Many have reported feeling as though they were being watched, even when no one else was present. Some have described an almost tangible presence, as if something unseen was lingering just beyond their line of sight. Theories about this cold spot vary widely. Some suggest it could be caused by natural drafts or structural quirks of the aging building, allowing cold air to seep in unpredictably. Others, however, propose more paranormal explanations, pointing to the possibility of lingering spiritual energy or entities manifesting in this specific location. Historical records of accidents or tragedies at the plant have fueled speculation that these cold spots could be tied to the restless spirits of those who once worked there. Regardless of the cause, the cold spot remains one of the most palpable and unnerving experiences reported within the plant's decaying walls, leaving visitors with a lingering sense of unease long after they've left its shadowy embrace. As we venture deeper into the mysteries of the abandoned power plant, another spine-tingling account emerges, this time from the heart of the facility's control room. One witness recounts a harrowing encounter with a ghostly figure that appeared without warning, sending chills down their spine. The apparition, described as a translucent figure dressed in what appeared to be old work attire, stood motionless at first, its hollow eyes fixated on the witness. Its movements were slow and deliberate, as if it was scanning the room for something or someone long gone. Then, without a sound, the figure vanished into thin air, leaving behind an eerie silence that seemed to linger in the air. Witnesses often describe an overwhelming sense of sadness or urgency radiating from the presence, as though it were trying to communicate a message from beyond. Historical records reveal that the control room was the site of a tragic accident decades ago, where a worker lost their life due to a malfunctioning piece of equipment. Could this ghostly figure be the remnants of that individual, forever bound to the place where their life was cut short? Or is it something else entirely, a manifestation of the plant's dark and forgotten history? Whatever the explanation, this ghostly apparition remains one of the most haunting and unforgettable encounters reported within the plant's decaying walls, leaving those who experience it questioning what lies unseen in the shadows. As the story of the abandoned power plant unfolds, a strange and perplexing event comes to light, one that has left many scratching their heads. Imagine this: a group of workers or explorers, armed with their tools, ventures into the plant, determined to uncover its secrets. But as they work, something inexplicable happens. Tools begin to vanish, one by one, as if swallowed by the shadows themselves. Screwdrivers, wrenches, flashlights, each item disappears without a trace, leaving the individuals baffled and increasingly frustrated. The more they search, the more elusive the tools become, as though the plant itself is playing a cruel game of hide and seek. Days later, the missing tools reappear in the most unexpected places. A wrench found on a rusted catwalk high above, a flashlight tucked into a corner of a room no one had entered, a screwdriver placed neatly on a table that had been empty moments before. These bizarre occurrences defy logic, leaving those who experience them questioning their sanity. Was it a prank, a trick of the mind, or something far more mysterious? Theories abound to explain this phenomenon. Some suggest that the plant, with its labyrinthine corridors and forgotten chambers, creates an environment where objects can easily be misplaced or overlooked. Others propose that residual energy from the plant's operational days could be causing these strange disruptions. Then there are those who believe the plant is haunted, with unseen forces manipulating the physical world as a way to unsettle intruders. Whatever the truth, the disappearing tools add yet another layer of intrigue to the already eerie narrative of the abandoned power plant, leaving us to wonder what other secrets its walls might hold. Now shifting our focus, we delve into yet another spine-chilling encounter that has left many who have entered the abandoned power plant questioning their senses. Reports have surfaced of machinery, long dormant and rusted with age, suddenly springing to life as if powered by an invisible force. Imagine standing in the vast, decrepit hall of the plant, surrounded by silence, when suddenly the air is pierced by the unmistakable groan of heavy gears turning. The sound echoes through the cavernous space, growing louder, more insistent, as if the plant's very heart has begun to beat once more. Witnesses describe the hum of engines revving, the clatter of conveyor belts moving, and even the faint hiss of steam escaping pipes that should have been cold for decades. Yet when they turn to locate the source, the machinery appears untouched, thick with dust and corrosion, as though it hasn't moved an inch. Some have reported seeing gears turning in slow, deliberate motion, while others swear they've glimpsed levers shifting on their own, as if guided by an unseen hand. The experience is unsettling, leaving those who witness it with a profound sense of unease, as though they've stumbled into a world where the rules of reality no longer apply. Historically, the power plant was once a bustling hub of industry, its machinery working tirelessly to generate energy for the surrounding area. Some speculate that the residual energy from its operational days lingers, manifesting in these phantom movements. Others point to folklore, suggesting that the spirits of those who once worked there continue their duties, trapped in an endless loop of labor long after their time has passed. There are even whispers of a tragic accident that occurred during the plant's final days, a catastrophic event that claimed lives and left a lingering imprint on the site, perhaps explaining these eerie phenomena. Whatever the cause, the phantom machinery adds another layer of mystery to the power plant's haunted reputation. It's a reminder that some places retain their history in ways that defy explanation, their stories etched into the very fabric of their walls. As we move forward, the next chapter of this unsettling tale awaits, promising even more chilling encounters within the depths of this forsaken place. As we venture deeper into the labyrinth of the abandoned power plant, our attention shifts to a specific passage that has earned a reputation as one of the most unnerving areas within the site, the haunted tunnel. This narrow, dimly lit corridor, lined with crumbling concrete and rusted pipes, seems to hold an atmosphere all its own, heavy with an inexplicable sense of foreboding. Those who have dared to walk its length often describe a profound feeling of dread, as though the very air is alive with unseen eyes watching their every move. One account tells of a group of explorers who entered the tunnel, their flashlights cutting through the thick darkness. As they progressed, the lights began to flicker erratically, as if struggling against an unseen force. Some reported hearing faint whispers, soft and indistinct, drifting through the air like echoes of a forgotten conversation. The voices seemed to come from all directions, impossible to pinpoint, yet undeniably present. One member of the group claimed to feel a cold hand brush against their shoulder, though no one was standing behind them. The experience left the group shaken, their hurried exit marked by a shared sense of relief once they emerged into the open air. Another story involves a lone investigator who ventured into the tunnel, determined to uncover its secrets. As they walked, the temperature seemed to drop significantly, their breath visible in the suddenly frigid air. The investigator described a growing feeling of unease, as though the tunnel itself was resisting their presence. Halfway through, they heard a distinct, guttural growl, low and menacing, reverberating through the walls. Turning to leave, they found their flashlight had died, leaving them in complete darkness. Struggling to navigate their way back, they felt an overwhelming sense of panic, as though the tunnel was closing in around them. When they finally stumbled out, they were pale and trembling, vowing never to return. Historically, the tunnel served as a critical access point for workers during the plant's operational days. Some believe the intense energy and labor that once filled the space have left an imprint, manifesting as these eerie phenomena. Others point to darker theories, suggesting the tunnel may have been the site of tragedies or accidents, its walls holding the memories of those who never left. The haunted tunnel remains a chilling reminder of the power plant's enigmatic past, a place where the line between the living and the unknown seems to blur. As we continue our exploration, the next encounter promises to reveal even more mysteries lurking within this forsaken structure. Now turning to yet another unsettling phenomenon within the abandoned power plant, we encounter reports of mysterious writing and symbols that have appeared on its walls. Over the years, visitors and investigators have described finding strange markings etched into the crumbling surfaces, often in areas that were previously blank. The writing ranges from cryptic messages to unintelligible symbols, their meaning unclear, but their presence undeniably eerie. Witnesses have noted that the writing seems to change or vanish entirely over time. One explorer documented a series of symbols in one of the plant's control rooms, only to return days later and find them altered, as if someone or something had rewritten them. Others have reported seeing messages that appear to be warnings, phrases like "leave now" or "don't look back," scrawled in jagged handwriting. What makes these accounts even more chilling is that the writing often appears in areas that are difficult to access, raising questions about how it got there. Some have speculated that the markings are the work of vandals or urban explorers, their graffiti adding to the plant's eerie atmosphere. Others, however, suggest a more paranormal explanation, proposing that the messages are attempts at communication by unseen entities. Could these writings be remnants of the plant's past, left behind by workers whose stories were never told? Or are they something far more mysterious, a glimpse into a world beyond our understanding? As we consider these possibilities, the mysterious writing adds another layer of intrigue to the power plant's haunted reputation. Its transient nature and cryptic content continue to baffle those who encounter it, leaving more questions than answers. Moving forward, the next encounter promises to delve even deeper into the plant's enigmatic history and the forces that may still linger within its walls. As we step into the next chapter of the power plant's mysteries, we encounter a tale that remains one of the most baffling and unsettling: the disappearance and reappearance of an urban explorer. This incident, which has become a cornerstone of the plant's haunted lore, began when a seasoned explorer ventured into the facility, armed with a camera and a determination to document its secrets. Hours passed, and when they failed to return, a search party was organized, scouring the plant's vast, shadowy corridors. Despite thorough efforts, there was no trace of the explorer. Days later, however, they were found in an area that had already been searched multiple times, sitting in a dazed state. Their clothes were disheveled, their equipment scattered, and their camera contained only blank footage. Most disturbingly, the explorer had no memory of what had transpired during those missing days. They could recall entering the plant, but nothing beyond that, as if their mind had erased the experience entirely. The search party reported hearing faint whispers and footsteps during their efforts, adding another layer of unease to the situation. When questioned, the explorer could only describe a vague sense of being watched and an overwhelming feeling of dread, though they couldn't pinpoint why. Medical examinations revealed no physical injuries, leaving the incident shrouded in mystery. Speculation about what happened ranges from the plausible to the paranormal. Some suggest the explorer may have suffered a psychological episode exacerbated by the plant's oppressive atmosphere. Others believe they encountered something otherworldly, an experience so traumatic that their mind blocked it out. Could it have been a ghostly presence, or perhaps something even more incomprehensible? The vanishing explorer's story adds a haunting layer to the power plant's enigmatic history, leaving us to wonder what forces might still reside within its walls. As we prepare to delve into the next encounter, the plant's final night of operation, the air grows heavier with anticipation of what secrets remain to be uncovered. Now turning to the final chapter of the power plant's operational life, we uncover a night that remains etched in the memories of those who lived through it. It was a shift like any other routine, calculated and uneventful, until the first whispers of something amiss began to ripple through the control room. Workers reported hearing machinery powering on and off without warning, despite no one touching the controls. The hum of the turbines, long familiar to the staff, suddenly took on an eerie, irregular rhythm, as if the plant itself was alive and restless. As the night deepened, the unsettling events escalated. One worker claimed to see shadowy figures moving through the corridors, though no one else was supposed to be on site. Another described feeling an inexplicable chill in the air, even in areas far from the plant's usual drafty spots. The atmosphere grew heavy with tension, and the once professional demeanor of the staff began to crack under the weight of fear. The breaking point came when the plant's main control panel malfunctioned, sparking and emitting a deafening screech that sent everyone scrambling. Despite repeated attempts to stabilize the system, it was as if the plant had a mind of its own, refusing to cooperate. Faced with mounting chaos and the safety of the workers at risk, the decision was made to shut down operations permanently. That final night became the stuff of legend, with many believing the plant's machinery was not the only thing that refused to let go. Stories of ghostly apparitions, phantom footsteps, and a lingering sense of dread have since become intertwined with the plant's history, solidifying its reputation as one of the most haunted places in the region. As we close this chapter, the power plant stands as a testament to the mysteries that linger in the places we once called functional. Its final night of operation remains a chilling reminder of the unknown forces that may still dwell within its walls, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to venture inside. As we bring this journey to a close, the abandoned power plant remains a haunting enigma, its walls echoing with the stories of those who dared to venture inside. From shadowy figures and unexplained noises to ghostly apparitions and vanishing tools, each encounter adds a layer of mystery to this forsaken place. The inexplicable cold spots, the phantom machinery, and the chilling tales of the haunted tunnel all weave together a tapestry of the uncanny, leaving us to wonder what forces truly inhabit its silent corridors. There's something undeniably captivating about places like this sites where the line between the known and the unknown blurs. They awaken our curiosity and imagination, drawing us into the stories of the past and the questions that remain unanswered. The power plant's history, now steeped in legend, reminds us that some places hold secrets that refuse to be forgotten. If these stories have sparked your interest or stirred your own memories of the unexplained, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences with haunted locations in the comments below. And if you're eager to explore more tales like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more journeys into the mysterious and the unknown. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your curiosity alive, because the world is full of stories waiting to be uncovered.